Okay, looks like I'm actually live now. So, hoping this is all coming through well and that the audio levels are all nice and balanced. If not, let me know and I'll do my best to adjust them. But the stream doesn't officially start for another 3 minutes, so I'll give anybody who's potentially interested a chance to join in. If not, let me. Oh, yeah, just heard a preview of my audio. Sounds like it's getting absolutely blown out there. Let me. What's that? Let me adjust my audio settings again. I'll get this right eventually, and then I just won't touch them after that. Open sound settings. No, it wasn't that one. Device properties. Additional device, so then no, not headphones, microphone, there we go, manage sound device, I'm trying right now to figure out how to adjust the additional device properties. Device manager. No, that's not what I want either. Thank you. Unfortunately this is a liability only truck, so I have to drive carefully. Oh, there, microphone device properties. Additional device properties. There it is. Levels. Let's just drop that mic boost down to 20 decibels. Hopefully I'm not absolutely blowing out people's eardrums with my voice now and with the stream. Let me just check the audio levels. That's looking a bit more reasonable now. Okay. Is it 9:45? 9:45, so that means it's time to get started. I do have a few limitations compared to the stream last night. I've been doing some additional work on this, and what's happened is I've lost the camera control script which I had, so I can't pan the camera. So what I've had to do is add additional fixed cameras. So I'll show I've got a view out the left window, a view behind, and it looks like I need to be going a lot faster, and a view from the top. So I'll just have to switch between those because I can't pan the camera yet, and it would have taken me too long to write this. I wouldn't have had the time to stream tonight. So what I've done this time is I've edited the script so that the tornado constantly follows me wherever I go. So I'm going to try and do another tour of the Twister filming locations while trying to outrun this beast. So let's see how we get on. I capped the car's max speed at 75 miles an hour. It doesn't even seem like it's able to really do that. We can see the tornado behind us there, though. That's like, so it looks intimidating, which is what I'm trying to go for. Is it just me, or does this feel incredibly slow? I may need to up the car's engine power. Look at that, that's what's coming for us. So let's just try our best to outrun it. So you'll notice there's more trees this time. I did have an issue though. I could make the trees nice and dense, but then the frames per second would drop to about 11, which wasn't good. It feels slow. Yeah, I think what I might do Let me get a nice view of the tornado here for people to see. I'm gonna do another build really quick. It'll take a few minutes, but it'll save time overall because I won't have to be driving around the map at like 50 miles an hour. We'll see how I do outrunning this tornado. But what I was doing yesterday was playing around with the textures. So it turns out the textures I downloaded, they were 8K quality, but when they were imported, for some reason only imported as 2K. It must have just been some default setting. So I changed that, changed the scale of them. I just feel like the texturing in the grass down here looks better. And then had some help adding some post-processing effects just to make the colours look more alive. If I don't, this will look kind of grey and washed out. So let me do a new build really quick. What I'll do is get my car controller, and let's see, motor torque is set to 6,000. So I think I might have to quickly Google on my phone what's a reasonable amount of horsepower, like a torque to horsepower converter, if you can do that conversion. Torque to horsepower calculator. So the motor torque is 6,000. I'm assuming that's foot-pounds. Engine RPM, who knows? Say like 4,000. Okay, these numbers aren't making sense. Let me just triple it from 6,000 to 18,000, and I'm going to set the top speed actually to, let's say, 90 miles an hour. Okay, I may need to close the stream temporarily, and I'm going to do a new build. File, build and run. So this should only take a few minutes. What I can do, let's see if I can get something entertaining up here. The mouse is locked. I'm using two screens here to stream. So what I'll try and do is answer any questions. Hello, Andrew. Yeah, I'm glad you like the truck. That's actually got that that 3D model for my birthday. There's somebody who is selling a. They'd already done like a Jeep J1000 model, but it didn't have the custom colours. So I asked them, "Oh, how much would it be if you customised this to the truck from Twister?" And they said it's no extra charge. So I bought it, and then a couple of days later, they sent me another file with the colours and matching and the paint job matching, and they added like the grille to the front of it, and I think it was like the roll bar and some of the headlights as well. So they did an excellent job. So it's almost finished compiling. If I drag that down here, people can see the progress so far. And then we'll get back to chasing as soon as possible. Hopefully the car isn't insane now and accelerate faster than a rocket. Let's see. Okay, let's see what it feels like now. Feels a bit more responsive than it did yesterday. How are we doing in terms of staying away from the tornado? It's behind us and to our left, so let's just get some distance between us and the tornado. Ah, it's saying that some users will experience buffering. I hope that's not the case. Because I'm getting a nice smooth 30 frames per second here. some lightning there. One thing I've got here, if you look down here, the speedometer is just a static image and it's not particularly high quality. So if anyone knows how to, if anybody owns one of these trucks and knows how to do like a 3D scan and can send me a texture image with the kind of like a normal map, so it can have like a pseudo 3D effect, that would be great. Okay. Right. I'm going to just close Unity in the background here. How are we doing staying from the tornado? Okay, just staying away from it. Let me close Unity. It might just be a resource hog right now. Makes me want to go work on my Jeep and it's -5 out. Is that -5 Celsius or Fahrenheit? Because those are two very different things. Still uncomfortable either way. How's the stream coming through? In my preview it looks very jittery. Or is it coming through nice and smooth? Because I'm getting 30 frames a second on my end. So this is the road like last night. This is the road that the on when they leave the farm at the beginning when they go on the first chase, but end up with a flat. Fahrenheit. Oh, so if anyone can do the conversion of -5 Fahrenheit to Celsius for me, since I'm used to working in Celsius, I'd be interested to know about that. Yeah, I can't accept any liability for anything which might happen if you decide to go work outside in -5 degree weather. A little laggy, but not bad. Okay, I wonder if there's anything I can do to speed up the streaming. Let's say YouTube say they've got a widget here to help with this. Where is the tornado? I can't actually see it. So you notice the trees are kind of popping in and out a lot. I'm trying to... -20. I don't think I've even ever experienced -20 in my life, so I don't envy you with that weather. I don't like cold weather, so -20 just sounds ridiculous. Left. Yeah, so there's a few things that I'm making note of, some of the things which I need to smooth out. So you can see the trees popping in and out. It's a trade-off. I can have them nice and dense, but then the game turns into a slideshow. So now I've got them kind of popping in and out, but I'm getting a nice 30 frames per second. Let's see, where is this tornado? If we managed to outrun it, we need to wait for a bit and let it catch up with us. Stream settings. Where is this tornado? Where? Got some lightning there. I've got the day-night cycle set up as well, so we can see what it looks like at nighttime with the headlights on. I think you can toggle the lights with L. Yeah, you can. So this corner here is the one famous corner for before the first ditch sequence. So they come around this corner and go off into a ditch on the left-hand side. I still need to make that ditch in the game and add the bridge to it, but this is that location in the game. So what do you want me to do? Do you want me to keep driving, or should I stop and let the tornado catch up with us a bit and then have a bit more intense of a chase? Whoa. Okay, it is difficult to it's very difficult to control a car looking backwards. I'm glad you've enjoyed seeing the progress. It's been a really fun project to work on. I tried making a storm chasing game. I think it was about a year ago, but it wasn't as well developed as this is. A little drifting. Yeah, there's a handbrake in here as well, so I can try and do the Paxton maneuver. I don't know how well this is going to work. No, I think I need to set up the handbrake torque to be a bit. No. Okay, I may need to come up with a way of resetting the car. It looks like I may have to start again because I haven't made a reset script. So let's start this again and we'll randomize the tornado. Just a research and rescue. Sorry, let's get this going again. I'll try and pay attention to what I'm doing. I won't do another drift this time. Because I was hoping to do that maneuver with the well, apparently Bill in the movie does with the ram, but that doesn't appear to have worked too well. What I can do is I'll get a little bit ahead of the tornado. We even potentially customize the tornado as well. So let me just make a bit of distance. So yeah, I need to fix the terrain clipping through the roads. Might catch a bit of air here. Oh, that was a close strike. Okay, so there's the tornado. What I can do is I've set this up so I can generate different tornadoes. So I'll keep hitting N until I find one that looks interesting. I think I need to decrease the transparency a bit. It's too transparent near the bottom. There we go. That looks like a fun one to chase. Yeah, and I'll probably keep the lights off until it gets a bit darker in the game. So I'll try not talk so much and actually pay attention to what it is that I'm doing. And something I may have to do is add controller support so people can plug in like USB, like Xbox style controllers. Just one thing I found using, I'm just using the keyboard to control this, tapping left and right. You have to be very careful, whereas with the controller you've got more precise control over what's happening, and trying to brake is like trying to stop on an ice rink, so that the brake torque needs increased as well. There we go. I'm going to sit and watch this approach. I think I've got the speed set to about 45 miles an hour, so I can watch as this comes towards us. I said friend who was working on the railroads online in the Unity engine, it's a pain at times. Yeah, I've tried using Unreal Engine, but I was just so unfamiliar with it. I've stuck with Unity, but with Unity sometimes things which you think take forever are actually quite easy, and other things which should be straightforward end up taking forever. So yeah, Unity can be a pain, but I still feel like it's the best game engine if you're the only person working on a project. Oi! Okay, so let's try and stay ahead of it. So I'm going to try and do a tour of all the filming locations which are in the game. So third time's the charm. I had a false start with a slow car, then I managed to roll the car over, so I'll try and pay a bit more attention to what it is that I'm doing. Let's see, and this is the internal view. I managed to get it as well so the steering wheel actually turns in the game as well. Oh. Have to watch out for that. It almost feels as if you're like towing a caravan and suddenly start to lose control. Okay, let's just cut the corner here. Okay, where is this tornado? Look out the back window. I can't see anything out the back window. Oh, there it is. That's the thing that's coming for us. Let's get back on the road and keep trying to outrun it. No, 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 no. Okay, that was lucky. Let's get a few of us coming over this hill. So what I'll have to do is add some sort of like little in-game icon, like a little information icon that comes up in the corner when you're near a filming location. It tells you a bit about it. Okay, I'll just slow down for this corner because I'm going to lose it. Yes, this is Unity. Unreal Engine is just a bit of a learning curve, and I've already learned so much Unity that I thought I might as well just stick with what I know. Unreal Engine does look really good out of the box. Like, you have to put in a lot of work in Unity to get things looking halfway decent, whereas Unreal has already got like a lot of shaders and all sorts of fancy features, but it's just difficult to use. The steering is pretty on point, honestly. Driving the J10 is similar and extremely stiff when it comes to bumps. Alright, I'm glad I've unwittingly created realistic steering for the J10. Maybe people will get an appreciation for how hard it is to drive 75 miles an hour off-road in a ditch. Once I add that in, I think I'll try and add that in before the next live stream, hopefully tomorrow night. So again, this is the corner where the ditch scene is. And over on the left-hand side, you probably can't see it from this angle, but there is a... it's where there's a little lake that you can see in the background in the movie. I need to try and figure out how to add water to it. Come on, keep going. So I think we'll probably pass where the little bridge actually was in the movie. I think it's hard to tell from this point of view, but one of these hills coming up on the right, is the one where the helicopter flies over, where they're making things right after they make the Repo Man reference. So I'm coming up on that location here. So to build the tornadoes, I did start off using Maya and doing some fluid simulations in there, but getting it into Unity was an absolute pain. So what I ended up doing was I had to just write my own shader. So I take a volume, so in this case a cylinder, but it works with a cube, but it works better with a cylinder with it being a tornado, and I'm going to have to recreate the physics of light refracting through a cloud and render it to screen that way. So that alone's been months of work. So yeah, that's the best way I can find. You can use particles to make tornadoes, but there's two issues with that. Once you have a lot of them, it can start to slow things down, and it doesn't look as good as volumetric rendering. It can look pretty good, but I think volumetric looks better. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, Robert Tarling says this looks promising. Yeah, I'm hoping I can get everyone's interest in this. I want to make this a really fun experience once it's released. So I'm just going to show this here. Hopefully we've got time. So I was showing this last night, but I'm showing it again because I feel like the graphics are a bit better from what I showed last night. No, no, no. Oh, that was close. Okay, I've got to be careful with these U-turns. Okay, I'm not gonna try that again. I think I need to change the steering angle. I think it's got the max steering angle set to 45 degrees, but if you set your wheels to 45 degrees to the right or left on a moving car, it's gonna tip. Anyway, this is the road, and they're coming the other way, where Bill does the handbrake turn, and then Jonas's team see the skid marks on the road and decide to follow him. VR would be cool. I'd need to invest in a VR headset so I could test things. I guess one of the challenges is performance. So I'm getting about 30 frames per second on a low-end system here, so you probably need a pretty beefy system to run this in VR, but that would be a really cool experience. Just hopefully I don't make people motion sick with the low frame rates. Let's just stop and see if we can see the tornado, because we might have got so far ahead of it that we don't see it anymore. I think it's time to put the headlights on. I did originally have these 3 lights come on as well, but I haven't got the materials set up right, so the inside of the car was lighting up and it was quite distracting. So I disabled those right before doing this scene. I think this is the road we're going to come back on near the end of the stream, and that takes us towards the lake that the Sisters scene was filmed on. I haven't filled the lake with water yet. I haven't figured out how, but that's again something which on my never-ending to-do list of things to add to the game. Which view do people prefer? So we've got the first-person view behind the steering wheel, or you've got the third-person view behind the car. No. Right, I'm just going to take this a bit easy because for some reason the roads decided to go through the terrain and I don't want to tip the car again. I guess one thing I could do is randomly generate obstacles in the road, like downed power lines or uprooted trees. So when you're trying to escape a tornado, you've got either off-road or find an alternate route. Andrew says he loves the movie Twister. Yeah, so do I. That's the main motivation for making this game. Turn the movie into a game. I'm trying to take as much inspiration from the movie as possible as well. Hence the Jeep, which will become some other unknown brand by the time this actually goes into the Unity store. So the location I'm heading to now is the where the second tornado is. So after they've had that close call with the ditch twister, they get into Bill's car and then they catch up with Jonas's team. So I'm heading to that location now. This is where I got to last night before I ended up running off road than just driving randomly around the map, dodging trees. So hopefully I have a bit more success this time. So we can hear the tornado, but I think we managed to do a good job at outrunning it. So we need to turn around and come back the other way, so we might need to dodge around the tornado at some point. Is there a key to see the map? Not right now, but what I can do, if I'm at the end of the stream, I can open the game up in Unity and show what the map looks like so far. But essentially what I've done is I've imported the real world terrain 32 kilometers by 32 kilometers around Ralston, where a lot of the scenes were filmed, and then what I'm doing is putting the road network over the top manually, so you can drive in the real world locations. And with it being an independent map, what I can potentially do is then start adding in the Iowa filming locations as well, so centered on Twister Hill, and then maybe the house at the end. So we're starting to get towards sunset now. This is where, if we can catch a glimpse of the tornado, that would be good, because I've scripted it so that the tornado matches the colour of the sky. But I think we've outrun it too much. I'll wait 30 seconds or so, see if we can catch up, but its max speed is 45 miles an hour for the tornado, so we might be too far ahead. But yeah, I've recently, so I'm purposefully developing this on my gaming laptop, which is pretty low end. It's an i7 7th gen and a GTX 1050 graphics card, which means that if I can get it working smoothly on this, so my goal is to try and keep it above 25-30 frames per second on this, then on proper gaming rigs they should have no issues running this. So I do have a gaming PC which I use, but I'm not using it to develop this. I may do some streams in the future just from that, so I can crank up the rendering settings, but right now I'm using my laptop. So this road here, so the second tornado, there's like a helicopter shot, and it comes over from the right hand side, looking at Bill's team, and then it flies over this direction, and you see Jonas's crew, and then they catch up with it. Yesterday, this is where I managed to go off road, and I couldn't get back on road, so I'm just going to take this left turn further down a little bit more carefully than I did last night. So it looks like we get into the junction here, and we may end up having a nighttime tornado to chase, so this should be interesting. So I'm going to have to try and stay on here. Might be easier to do it in first person or third person. Let's do it in third person view. So this is the road Bill's travelling down, and you see the tornado up ahead on the right, and he's looking at it, and then his instinct kicks in, and he's like, you know what, this tornado's about to shift its track, so he drives past. Oh. I think another thing to add to the to-do list, to make this road wider, because it's almost impossible to drive on. It's like the width of the car. Yeah, so he drives past, so in reality he actually brakes before he gets to that road, and then they use movie magic to make him reverse. So he stops here, and then I'm going to take a massive risk here, and then he reverses, and Jonas's team continues up that way. I'm just going to reverse really slowly here, because I don't want to roll the car. We might catch another glimpse of the tornado in a little bit. I guess while people are waiting for me to do a reverse, what are people's favourite scenes or tornadoes from Twister? For me, it's the first ditch tornado and then the final F5. I'd be interested to hear anyone in the chat which your favourite scenes in Twisters are. Okay, now let's turn left here. And then he goes this way and then turns right, so let's try our best to do that now. I actually feel a little bit stressed doing this, which I guess is kind of part of the game. So I know there's a tornado heading towards us, but I can't go as fast as I'd like because of how narrow this road is. Maybe I will leave this narrow and just leave it as a challenge for the players to navigate. I've got a bit of a bump to get over here. I've set the night time to 3 times faster than daytime, so that way we don't have to spend so long in the dark where you can't see as much. This is what it looks like, first person view. Looking great, thank you. I'm glad it's looking good. One of the things I struggle with most is actually making the games look presentable. I'm very programming oriented and focused on the code and technical side, so I am trying my very best to make this game look good. I think there may be a tornado nearby because the frames per second's dropping. I think is that the tornado off to our right? If we've got a nighttime tornado here, if we wait out for a flash of lightning, that might be it there. If you can see my mouse, keep looking there. I think there's a tornado. I feel like I need to go faster, but the car's getting difficult to control. I think that's a tornado, you know. We get a better view from inside the car. What I could do is try and brake and turn right. Yeah, I think that's a tornado. It's catching up. I'm going to have to floor it. So you take that left turn and then we'll go on the main road. I can't remember, is it US 60? I don't recall off the top of my head. That's what it is in real life. So we need to spot that left turn somewhere down here. I missed it last night and ended up driving around randomly for like 10 minutes or so. Okay, once I put a bit of distance between myself and the tornado, we'll look out the rear window. Brake, 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 brake. Yeah, that looks like the outline of a tornado to me. And it's closing in fast. Come on, go, go, go. So the edge, yeah. You know the tornado's big when you only see one edge of it and you don't know where the other side is. So let's keep going fast. Oh no, but we do have that those obstacles in the road further up, where the road's all bumpy because the grass is clipping through it. Just going to try and gain a little bit more distance again. Because the tornadoes look quite nice at sunrise, so I want to try and get a sunrise shot. You already love the game, well that's great. Loving a game that you're only watching and not even be able to play. I'm happy with that. I am hoping, so I'm in two minds. I'm either going to release the game at early access on Steam, or I might do a reduced price and release a very, very early access for people who want to support the game earlier, which means you get the game at a reduced price compared to what it would be on Steam. And because it's so early, you won't have to pay any price increases or anything like that, so that it helps just support the game and covering kind of like the fees for getting the game listed on Steam and for various assets which I need to buy. I must have put a I think I put a fair amount of money into this already. So yeah, I'm thinking might do a Steam demo or like an unofficial early access for people who'd like to support it, and that way I can get early feedback and make this as fun as possible. Okay, once we get to the top of this hill, we'll have another look at the tornado. Excuse me. Just grab a drink here. Took the wrong time to have a drink. That's the left turn we need to take. So where is this tornado? So I reckon we've got a bit of time. Let's watch this thing close in on us. I do need to get the car ready to... Ooh, careful, slowly, slowly. Need to take that left turn that I just missed without rolling the car. Ah, okay. So it looks like an issue here, and the grass and trees are growing through the road. That is an issue I'm aware of. I thought I'd fixed it, but it looks like I've missed this small stretch of road. So let's just back up here. We'll watch the tornado come, and then when it's time, we'll bomb it down this road and get out the way. Okay, let's go into first person view, see if we can see it. Well, we're waiting for some lightning so we can see the outline. I don't have any licensing for Joe's Truck or Twister, which is why I'm going to remove the Jeep logo. And then I'm not going to use any sort of official Twister branding like the font or make any sort of blatant movie references. I think the tornado's closing in, so let's just start making our way down here. Oh, this is making it hard to outrun the tornado. So while I know I've got the name Twister in the title of the game, but I'm hoping that doesn't cause any sort of legal issues, since it's describing what's in the game. Okay. I think with my university they do have like advice for people who are like starting companies and things, but I think developing a game might come under that umbrella, which means I might be able to get some potentially free legal advice through my university and not getting sued by Universal or Warner Brothers as a result of making the game, or Jeep, or whatever the umbrella company is, which does Dodge vehicles and that. Okay, we're literally out of the woods, so let's floor it. Because it's getting to sunrise, and I want to show everybody a nice sunrise shot of the Tornado because it lights up really nicely. So one thing I've taken off, I can add a motion blur effect, which gives more of a feel of speed. However, because of the way the car physics work, the car's slightly bouncing up and down, which isn't visible without the motion blur, but if I add it, the screen would look like it was shaking up and down really quickly, which is not the effect I was going for. Let me see if we can see this. There it is. Closing in very quickly, but you can see how the lighting changes during sunrise. So you got the shadowed side, a lit side, and the colours match the time of day. I was really happy with that effect. The person who wrote the code for the weather for these clouds and for the different weather effects and the lightning, he actually helped me get that colour matching work, and very good developer, supports his product really well. So I don't know if it would be enough of a branding change, but I could change that J into a B with a little bit of editing, and we can have a yellow beep that will drive. But I'm guessing with it being the same font, that might not be enough to not get me sued. No. And if we can complete the spin. Okay, I need to right away to reset this. Looks like this would be game over, and in real life as well, because if you roll your car while you're trying to escape from a tornado, the only option is to escape on foot. I don't think there's any shortcut key built in, so I may have to end the stream a little bit earlier than I expected, because I don't think it's worth starting all the way from the beginning again. But I wanted to just demonstrate what I've got so far. So I've got vehicles working, weather effects, tornado effects, got a large map, and what I'm working on now is optimizing it so that it's a nice balance between looking good but also performing well, and then it's adding the gameplay mechanics, so being able to deploy probes. And I was originally using the 3D model file that I developed for 3D printing the Dorothy units, but since I'm not limited by real world physics in this, I think I'm going to start again and do a 3D model specifically for this game. But I'm probably going to have to sign off now. It's 10:25 in the evening at my local time, so I'll need to be sorting stuff out tonight. But thank everybody who's joined. I hope you've enjoyed seeing. If you haven't joined the Discord, I'll drop a link to it in the chat. I'll drop the invite link if anybody would like to join. And I'm always answering questions and listening to ideas. I like hearing the ideas and getting feedback from everyone who's joined. I think we're up to about 75 members, so it'd be cool if we could get that up to 100, a nice milestone. So I'll drop that in the chat, and feel free to sign up. But I'm gonna have to sign out now. But it's been a lot of fun. I'll fix this so next time I stream we don't have to start all over again each time I roll the car.